I went online and I'm Googling and I called from Jamaica and they said, yes, you could come and pay your deposit. And so I'm like, thank you, Jesus. When I walked to the airport, I'm looking at a cab. When we got to the place, the rental office was closed. There was no apartment for rent. They went out of business. This is the only place I Googled from my country. This is the only place I know. I don't know anywhere else. For you to take me around, I don't have the money. He said, don't worry about the money. This guy took me so many apartments trying for me to get an apartment that day because I had nowhere to stay. This experience makes you look at things and people in a whole new light.
For centuries, people have left their homes, friends, and loved ones with their goals in mind and their dreams in heart, searching for the American dream. What we don't know is the journey behind these stories. So come along with me as we explore and bring light to their stories on my journey to America. Okay, guys, welcome back to this channel. Welcome back to the My Journey America channel. And we always try to bring the best of the best. And this one is my friend. We go way back from school days. I haven't seen her in years. Up until the other day, we booked in New York, right?
Yes, at a party, Sweet 16.
It was a Sweet 16 party?
Sweet 16, yeah, your niece,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yes, my niece. All right. Okay, you're good friends with my sister.
Yes.
All right. So today we have the one and only LaToya Fortune, and we are going to go back and come right back because everybody has a story when they come to America, good or bad. But we all came here for one reason and one reason only. This great country offers amazing opportunity. And that's why we are here. So LaToya, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. So one of the things we try to do, because when this interview is premiered, we want people to have a better understanding of who is LaToya and what she's about since, what's her journey like since she's been here in America. Because a lot of us, especially we live in the era of social media, we think that it's all bright and sunny here at
Right.
all times.
Glamorous at all times, right.
And that's not the case. But before we get into that, let's go back where it started. So where in Jamaica you're from?
I'm from Spanish Town.
From Spanish Town. Where in Spanish Town?
Marchpen Road.
Marchpen Road.
Yes, sir.
So for those who are watching, and that's why I say it, because she's a true product and a true reason that you're not the product of your environment. Can I say that?
Yes, 1,000%, yes.
Okay. So what was it like growing up in Marchpen Road?
It was good. It was good because I was this quiet, shy girl who would just go to school and go straight home. So I didn't have friends like that. So for me, it was good.
All right, you said you went to school and go straight home.
Straight home.
Was it because mommy instilled that because of the stereotype that came with the environment?
No, it's because I'm not the only child, but I was the only child at home. So I have no one to play with. So I just go home, play with my toys and my books. That's it.
Oh, so mommy and daddy was around,
My
present?
mom was around, my dad was not.
Oh, so okay, so you grew up with your mom alone.
Yes, and my grandmother.
Okay, how many siblings do you have?
By my mom, I have one, and by my dad, I have one, two, three, four, five.
Okay. Wow. So what was it like though from
let's go financial standpoint first.
I mean, financial standpoint, it was when every other person had it hard, I had it okay. My mom, she tried her best. She did everything for me to be happy.
Mhm.
So everything was fine financially with me. And my dad, he helped now and then, especially for medical purposes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, we know that certain communities come with certain um it's like your future has been pre-planned,
Yes.
right? Or be
Yes.
prophesied, whether
Yes.
good or bad. But in this case, it's gonna be bad. Did you have to deal with any of that? And what were some of the, how challenging was that to break through?
I didn't have to, I mean, if I had to hear gunshots, I did hear a lot of gunshots.
Mhm.
Um, people dying. But other than that, I was not traumatized. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I wasn't for the streets. I'm always home. So I feel safe. If that makes sense. But I would go to bed hearing gunshots. And after a while, it's like it becomes the norm.
Okay, so you went to school in the Spanish Town area. What was it like to hear other kids share their experience of their communities?
I went to my first school was Crescent, Crescent
Oh,
All Age.
Crescent. Yeah, I know Crescent.
Yeah, and Brunswick Avenue.
Yes.
And at age 6, I was taking taxis by myself.
At
Um,
86.
yes,
Wow.
my mom, she took me. There was a gas station in Spanish Town across the plaza. I think it was Texaco. And I don't remember. But my mom took me there. She showed me the cab, and there was a syrup place right there. And she said, This is where you will come and get your cab."
Mhm.
And one day, and that's it. Ever since then, I'm taking taxis by myself. And Crescent is surrounded by what's that place name? Oh Lord. It's surrounded by a lot of ghetto. And so there's a mixture of kids. And it just it feels okay. I felt safe at
Mhm.
Crescent.
Mhm.
I felt very safe. I made a lot of friends and I felt safe.
Okay,
We get
so
to, yeah, because we're from different neighborhoods, but different neighborhoods with the same environment. So
oh,
we get to cling to each other. We get to speak about stuff that's going on in our neighborhood and stuff like that. So it's like you lean on each other. So you feel safe knowing that the next person is hearing a gunshot too, or someone is dying, or you go to church on a Sunday. You get to connect on those things.
okay, yeah. So you went to Crescent, and I
Hmm.
know you went to the Dental Technical High School. Did you always wanted to go to Dental, or
I
during
did.
the times
I
you
did.
wanted to? Why?
Did wanted to go to Dental for all the wrong reasons because my friend Sam Crescent was going to Dental. So what happened was at Crescent, I went to first grade,
Mm.
second grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. No, I didn't went to sixth grade, seventh grade, and eighth grade.
Mhm.
And when I went to eighth grade, I met a lot of friends.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember Rona Clark. She was like my best friend in Crescent.
Verona Clark, very well.
Yes, right. And
So, okay, so you and Rona went to Crescent.
yes,
I never knew that.
yes, we went to Crescent.
I
And so it happened that they were older than me
Oh,
because I had skipped class. If you realize, I said I went to first grade, second grade, fourth grade. I never went to third grade because I was doing fourth grade work in second grade. I was like way advanced.
no, no,
So
the
my
same here.
teacher, they skipped me. They skipped me. They skipped my class. And so I went to fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth. So when I met Rona and them, and it so happens now that we became friends and we should be going to ninth grade.
Mm,
And I went to ninth grade that day and I was sitting in class and my teacher sent for me and said, "Why are you in ninth grade? You're not going to ninth grade, you're staying in eighth grade." And I'm like, "No, I'm going to ninth grade." And
yeah.
they pulled me back.
Mm. So hold on. Which year did you attend dental? Because Rona came 98. Uh,
98.
but
I came, I think I came the same year as Rona.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
so guys, for those who are watching, this is actually my schoolmate. We went to the same high school. I was in 1F in first year,
Yeah.
and we're in 1E, right
One
behind.
E with Orano. Yes.
Right, our class was right behind each other. So how did you get, oh, so grade 8 and 9 could do exam?
So I did the exam. I did the exam and I passed for dental.
So okay, so Rona part, so grade 8 and grade 9 could do.
Nine. Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So you all right, and you're in dental 1998, right? So
Yes.
off camera, you told me that you were traveling before you graduated from high school, traveling to America.
Yes.
Where you used to come to America? Where, which state?
Texas.
You used to go to Texas.
I used to go to Texas and I used to go to Florida.
Well, Florida is okay, but it's kind of
Yeah.
weird to hear that the Jamaica go to vacation in Texas. Who do you,
Texas because I had family there.
your family there? Okay, I
Yes.
see. Okay, all right. So, did you always have it in the back of your mind that you'd like to live in America one day? Because you know, growing up in Jamaica, not all kids, but probably most of us always wanted the opportunity to live in America. Did you
No.
why?
No.
Why?
It wasn't in my cards. I think what was in my cards was for me to become a teacher. That's what I always wanted to be, a teacher.
So you
I
wanted to
never,
be a teacher.
I wanted to be a teacher.
Why? Did any teacher inspired you in Crescent or basic school?
Oh,
Why?
yes. Oh, yes. I always, always, always wanted to be my eighth grade teacher, even though she held me back.
Mm-hmm.
But my eighth grade teacher, Mrs. Janet Seaton, w- one of the best, if not the best teacher on planet Earth. Like,
Hold on,
she's
stop right there.
exceptional.
Stop right here. Because we all know that you're into realtor now and all these things. Give Janet Seaton a shout out.
Miss Janet Seaton, you are the best teacher on planet Earth. And
What
I always want to be even half of the teacher you were.
what
You
is
are the
about
best.
what is about Janet Seaton that resonates with you?
So she sees things in you that you don't see. And she pushes you to your limits, not
Mm,
to break you, but to
yeah.
build you. And I remember I was, as I told you before, I went to grade 9 and I sat down with my friends and I felt comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent back for me and
Mm,
said, "No, you're not going to ninth grade. You're staying in eighth grade." And I cried. And she said, "Even though you are ready for ninth grade educational wise, you are not ready for ninth grade as a female, because ninth grade in Jamaica, it's like young adults." And so she was like, "You're not ready."
Mm.
So I'm going to pull you back. And I thank her. You know, at that time, I didn't see what she was saying because I didn't get my way. But now I see her point.
Let me ask you a question, Luke. You say you wanted to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm,
Might have a two-part question. Early on in the year, I think it was either early this year or late last year, there's a study that came out
mm-hmm.
for international body, and it shows that 31% of Jamaicans were passed in the maths and the English and the science subjects. What do you think of that? And the next part of the question is, um, we have seen a lot of videos in this era of social media with kids just disrespecting teacher. What do you make of that? What do you think is driving that?
So, um, one of the main reason why when I got to this country, I decided not to become a teacher was because these children has no respect for teachers. They have absolutely zero respect for teachers. And from where I'm coming from, where teachers are respected, that's what I thought that I would get here. And when I see that wasn't going to happen, and so I decided not to become a teacher. And with the other question was about math and English.
The science, the 31% of us back home passing it, the students. What do you make of that?
Only 31%.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So when I looked at, because I have kids here, and
Yeah.
when I looked at the way math, English, and everything is taught in Jamaica, and the way it is taught here, Jamaica teaches all these subjects like they teach you, how should I say? They don't take shortcuts. They
Mm,
do not take shortcuts. They teach you the hardest way possible. Even though there may be 10 shortcut ways, they are teaching you the hardest way. Because if you get the hard way, then the easy way becomes nothing. And so I think that's one of the reasons most people, they don't grasp it because one, the teacher might be boring. You have to make the kids want to learn. You have to make them want to be engaged in it. You can't just go and say 4 plus 4 is 8. You know, maybe if you tell them 4 bananas, you have 4 bananas, and your friend Richie came and gave you 4 more bananas. How many bananas do you have now? You know, make it engaging. I think once you make things, you know, make it entertaining while learning, more people will grasp onto it.
but let me ask you a question though. Back in our time, we could get scolding for even getting the answer wrong.
Could or would?
Would that's not a thing. Do you think that have anything to do? I'm not implying that that should continue, but do you think that it's a bit more relaxed?
The world has changed drastically.
True.
One of the thing is people don't want to work no more.
Mm,
Because they could go on social media and they could make what they make for their lifetime, they could make it in one day.
mm.
So with that mindset,
I'm going viral on a video.
exactly. With that mindset, they don't see the need of knowing math, of knowing chemistry, of knowing biology. They don't see the need of doing agriculture because their mindset is I'm going to make one video, whether good or bad. I'm going to become viral and I'm going to make money. And that's it. So why do I need education?
Mm,
I think I mean, computer is good, but it's also destroying mankind.
yeah. Okay, so all right. So let's fast forward to 2002. What happened when you left when you left high school?
Uh, when I left high school, I had my daughter.
Really?
Yes, I had my daughter a year after I left high school.
Wow. But because off camera, you said you came here permanently 2014.
Hmm.
Mm.
I had my daughter, and then I would go back and forth.
Oh, you travel back and
Hmm.
forth. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I see. How old is the daughter now?
She is 20. She's gonna be 21 this year.
Wow. Wow. We are getting old,
No,
LaToya.
not we, you.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you left high school, you have your daughter. What was it like in back home?
It was good. It was good. My daughter was born here. She was born in America.
Yeah. Okay. So what was it like work-wise back home?
Work-wise, to be honest, I never worked. At least I never worked for anyone because my mom had a business on Elcha Beach, and so that's my job.
So you're
The bar was mine, even though I wasn't legal to sell liquor, but the bar was mine, so I did not work.
okay. So you used to left Spanish Town to Elcha Beach,
Mhm.
or you used to
Every
live
weekend.
there?
No, every weekend.
Okay, listen, we know now that that probably was the better way to go. Where you have your own time, freedom, you spend it with your daughter and your mom had a business where you went into that. Because
Yep.
who knows? We don't know what the future. I think that is the best way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Giving up a young kid to go into daycare. So well, I'm good for most people, but for me personally, I prefer to not do that. So I salute you for that, for making that
That
we call it
decision.
sacrifice,
Yes.
of course. And that's what is important. You live in a time now where people just want to have kids left, right, and center and don't want to make the sacrifice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's jump springboard into 2014. 2014, he came to America.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he came and what was it like?
Well, I oh gosh, I went to Florida.
You went
Yeah,
to Florida.
I went to Florida, and this experience um makes you look at things and people in a whole new light. So when I went to Florida, I asked before I got my ticket, I asked my family if I could come by them, and they say, yeah. No, I had my ticket, and when I called them like a couple days before I leave, they said, "Oh, we don't have no space," and I'm like, "I have my ticket. What?" And so I went online and I'm googling like you know um um rentals, houses, hotels, whatever it is. And I saw a place, and I called from Jamaica, and I said, I'm a visitor. I don't have, a social for you to run my background. I just need a place to stay. I'm not going to be there long. And they said, yes, you could come and pay your deposit. And so I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Now, when I got to the airport, flight was fine. Got to Fort Lauderdale, got off the plane, checked through. The lady gave me, I think a week in the country. And I'm like, what? And I'm gonna get 6 months. She gave me a week. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I called a cab. No. When I walked through the airport, I'm looking at cab. I got a cab, and the guy is I think he's from Haiti or Nigeria, one of them. I think he's from one of those countries. Either Haiti. I'm leaning more towards Haiti. And I gave him the address and he took me to the place. When we got to the place, it was closed. The rental office was closed. There was no apartment for rent. They went out of business. He said to me, where else do you want me to take you? I said, I don't know, because this is the only place I Googled from my country. This is the only place I know. I don't know anywhere else. And I said to him, for you to take me around, I don't have the money. He said, don't worry about the money. And I'm like, okay, well, let me tell you. People say when you die, you become an angel or whatever. Nah, there are angels on land walking among us. This guy took me so many apartments trying for me to get an apartment that day because I had nowhere to stay. And he was trying and trying and trying and trying. And then when he finished, he said, when we found one like around 7 at night, he said, what are you going to eat? And I said, I don't know. I'm just tired. He said, let me take it to Walmart. And he took me to Walmart and I got like noodles and stuff so I could have them. And he would call me every day. Are you okay? Do you want me to take you shopping? Don't worry about the money. And I lost his number. I lost his number. That's like an angel in disguise. And I lost his number. So when I came to Florida, it wasn't easy, but it got better. It got better and better. I enrolled in school. I started to do medical assisting. It got better and better.
Wow. So a stranger
A
took you
stranger.
around. A stranger took you around when you came here
100% stranger
for free,
for free. 100% is an
trying for
angel.
you to find somewhere to live.
Yep. Or else I would have been homeless on the streets of Florida.
You'd
Yes.
have been homeless on the streets in fact. What
Yes.
was going through your mind at the time driving around looking for somewhere to stay? What are the thoughts that, hey, it could be all night and I don't get somewhere to stay?
What was going through my mind was I left my place in Jamaica and now I'm homeless. Like that's backwards. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? What would you have done if that was the case?
Um, go back home. I there's it was a very hard situation where I got a week. I'm traveling from grade ninth in Jamaica, and I've never gotten a week in the country. I always got 6 months, and this one time
Mhm.
I got a week. So now it's if I go back, would they take away my visa if I try to come back now that they gave me a week? You know, it's what are my options? What do I want to do? Do I want to take that risk, go, and maybe I'm coming back next time and it'll be like, okay, you can't enter the country. But everything happens for a reason. Everything.
All right, so you enroll in school, or
Mhm.
what next?
I enrolled in school and I started to go to school. And once again, angels doesn't have wings. They have feet and hands and they look like me and you. I enrolled in school. How am I going to get to school? I'm not from here. I don't have a car. I don't have any family that really cares what happened to me. And so I got up and I took a bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just ask the driver, give them the address, like, I'm going to this part. Do you pass this part? And they'd be like, yeah, you could connect to another bus or whatever. And I enrolled in school. When I
Mm.
enrolled in school, quiet me, um, just in class. So the teacher asked a question, when you go to school here or even in Jamaica, they ask you to introduce yourself and say a little, icebreaker thingy. And I'm like, my name is LaToya and I'm from Jamaica. And this girl, she turned around and she looked at me and she said, you're from Jamaica? And I'm like, yeah. And she said, oh my God, I'm from Jamaica. She doesn't look like, she's from St. Elizabeth, they're very high colored. And she got long hair. And she was like, I'm from Jamaica. So we became friends. And it so happened that her middle name is LaToya. So
Wow.
we told everyone that we were sisters.
And she drives.
And she drives. And
Wow.
so she would come and she would get me. She would take me shopping. Then she introduced me to her family. And fast forward, her aunt worked in New York. And her
Mm-hmm.
aunt worked with, I don't know if you know the Hamptons on
Yes.
Long Island. So her aunt worked in Long Island and she was going on vacation.
Yes.
And so the aunt said to her, I'm leaving for vacation, but I have no one to put in place of my job. And she said, oh, I have a friend. Her name is LaToya.
Wow.
Yes. And she said to the aunt, and the aunt said to her, how long you know her? And she was like, I just know her, but I know, everything that she went through and stuff. And the aunt said, okay, I'm going to tell my boss that LaToya is my niece. And she told her boss that I'm her niece. And so I left Florida because I wasn't working in Florida. And the little money that I had was like going. So I
Yeah.
left Florida and I came straight to New York in a job in the Hamptons.
What was that like working in the Hamptons?
Okay, so working in the Hamptons is it's funny. I was just telling my friend this today. I don't know if you remember the little ballet shoes that we have in Jamaica, the little tennis looking shoes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when I came here, I had that. No one told me that New York was this freaking cold. So that's the shoes I came in. It
Mm-hmm.
was winter.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got off the train in the Hamptons, I was walking on ice. And let me tell you, I could feel every ice I was walking on because that shoes was not meant for snow,
Trust me.
rain, or any winter elements. It was not made for that. And working in the Hamptons is nice. Um, it can be a little intimidating because you see the lifestyle that they live there.
Yeah.
It can be a little intimidating, but I always keep in the back of my head that even though I'm from Jamaica
Yeah.
and I'm from a ghetto in Jamaica, I'm accustomed to good things.
Yes.
So your lifestyle or whatever you do or if you flaunt, it doesn't get to me because I'm accustomed to good thing in my country. I'm just not in my country. So
Yeah.
because I'm in your country, I have to work.
Mhm.
But it was good in the Hamptons. It was good.
Wow. All right. So you're in the Hamptons. Hold on. You're in the Hamptons, and talk to us about the different ethnicities. Because here you meet people from Africa, Australia, Jordan. I mean, My neighbor is from Macedonia. I only read about Macedonia in the Bible.
Right.
Talk to us about that.
So in the Hamptons is a lot of rich folks, a lot of very, very rich and powerful folks who sometimes are the ones running
Mm-hmm.
the country or an area in
Yeah,
government.
yeah.
And the people that work there are of my skin color
Mm-hmm.
or Spanish from
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, a lot of people from Mexico. Um, I don't see a lot of people from Africa, but
Mm.
a lot of Black people, but a lot of Caribbean people work in the
Yeah,
Hamptons. A lot.
yeah. That let you feel good.
It makes me feel good. It made me feel good. I met one lady on the train. I still keep in contact with her up until this day, over 10
Mm-hmm.
years. I was on the train, the LIRR,
Mm-hmm.
and she was sitting in the seat in front of me. So I rest my head on the window like this because my ride on the train is over an hour. So I was like this. And
Yes.
then she started to talk, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go, another Jamaican.
So hold on. So did you have to travel an hour every day to go to work?
hmm So I
And
would
then
work the weekends.
because you
I
go
would
to
do a living job.
okay. Okay. All right. So was it in your early part in Florida was your roughest time or this was happening in New York?
Um, I would say Florida was a blessing. New York is an eye opener because let me tell you, I came to New York, and no lie, when I work in the house, they had dogs. No, not dogs, a dog. And this dog will go in her corner and poop on the newspaper. And I, LaToya, had to pick it up. Okay?
Say that again.
Yes. I, LaToya, had to pick dog poop up. hmm So
Wow.
I would say New York is a eye opener, a wide, very wide eye opener. Because the things that I would never do in Jamaica, like you're talking to me, I have my own business. What are you talking about? And I have to come here and pick up dog poop. It was a part of my job because I took care of the house.
Did that make you appreciate money here?
No, it made me appreciate Jamaica. It
Oh,
made me realize what I had in Jamaica and that not everything glitter is gold.
but
Because you
someone would
hear,
but someone
huh?
would say, well, someone would say to you then, why did you stay?
I had no choice. At this point, my visa wasn't expired, but I overstayed.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no choice.
Looking back at the journey, because I know you're about to open a daycare. That's huge.
hmm hmm
That just speaks to the resilience and the determination
hmm
that immigrant has when they come here.
Yeah,
Like you're about to open a daycare. That's no small feat. I know
yeah,
you I know you're also into the realtor business, real
yeah. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a notary in the state of New York. I'm
notary.
all yes. I also licensed to perform weddings in the state of New York.
Yeah, because
I'm a
you're a
chef.
bright girl. Because you're a bright girl. So that
Yeah,
because here's what I find with America. It's really America loves success stories.
yeah.
And you are a success story.
Yes, I am.
You epitomize what is possible for
Mm-hmm.
the immigrant that come here and have it hard. They can listen to this story and know and say, you know what? Maybe I just have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Because what she went through is not even half of what I'm going through.
Right.
And I'm
You just
sure,
have to be determined.
yeah. Talk to us now about, you don't have to go into the details. Talk to us now about when you got your first work permit.
So I always anticipate that day of when I would be able to work legally in this country. And then I got my work permit and I looked at it. I'm like, oh my God, I could work in this country. Oh my God.
Did you cry?
I did not cry, but I was overjoyed. And I looked at it and then I realized I was better off working cash than working legally in this country
Yeah,
because I was making more money. I was making way more money, but I
yeah,
was not free.
yeah. I see.
Yeah.
How long did it took you before you could go back to Jamaica?
So when I got my work permit, I said I was going to work and work and work. And they had this thing where you could ask to get while your
Advance,
paperwork is in the process. I forgot the name or the number.
advance parole.
Right, right, that thing. So I did that. I got that. To this day, I still have it. I still have my advance parole like it just came off the press. Not even a crease is in it. It's like this long, nothing. And I never used it. I said, I'm just going to get it. And maybe if an emergency come up, I could travel on it. And then I got it. And then I said, I'm going to wait. So I said, when I get my green card, I'm going to travel. I got my 10 years. And I'm like, I'm going to wait. And it took me what, 10 years before I traveled again. 10 years, yeah.
Took you 10 years before you go back to Jamaica.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Take me through that moment from the night before. You know tomorrow you're going to wake up
yeah.
and you're going to go back home to visit for the first time.
So I wanted to go to Jamaica, but I wanted to go to Jamaica with my family, right? And so since I'm the only Jamaican going, the true Jamaican, my kids think that they're Jamaican. They are Jamaican because their mom is Jamaican, but they're not 100%. They don't know nothing about Jamaica, please. So they'll be like, "Oh, we're going Jamaica. We're going Jamaica," and I was so excited. We flew into Montego Bay, and let me tell you, when I got to that airport in Montego Bay, remember I'm coming from New York. We went down in the winter time. It was winter here. So we have our jackets and stuff. And when we got to Montego Bay was hotter than hell. Even when we took our jackets off, there was no AC, no nothing. And that I was like, no way. I got tormented. I started to like itching. My kids were crying. They were like, Mommy, I'm hot, I'm hot. And I'm like, welcome to Jamaica. Where you think you were going? Huh? So, anyways, we got outside and it was even hotter outside. We were staying at a hotel and the bus
Okay, you
came.
stayed at the hotel.
Yeah. And the bus came from the hotel to pick up the passengers.
Uh-huh.
And so we got on the bus, and as the bus was driving, I don't know, nowhere in Montego Bay, but as the bus was driving along the coastlines and stuff, I looked through the window, and it's like if you pinch me, I couldn't feel it. If you stab me, I wouldn't bleed
Why?
because my heart was so happy to like be on the ground of the country that I was, or the island that I was born on. And I rest my head like this, and I'm looking through, and I could see the water, and I could just, and my kids, they were like, oh my God, look at the water, look at the house, look at the goat running. I'm like, oh my God. It was surreal. It was, and that night we got to the hotel. Then my cousin, and everything looked different to me. Everything, because after 10 years, everything looked different to me. My cousin came and it took us, he said, what do you guys want to eat?
Hold on. When did you migrate to the US? 2014?
Yeah, no,
So,
no, no. 2010. I'm sorry, 2010.
so you went back right after before the pandemic or after the pandemic?
Right? At the not the beginning of the pandemic, but like in the middle of it. Cause we had to do our COVID this
Oh, so you
and
went
that.
down with restriction. You went down in the pandemic.
It wasn't a full restriction. Yeah, but yes.
But
Yes.
nevertheless, you felt happy.
I felt really, really, really happy.
What was the first food you ate when you went back to Jamaica?
Yeah, I was just about to tell you. So my cousin came and was like, what do you guys want to eat? So we were like, um, KFC. You cannot go wrong with Jamaica KFC. I don't care where, a lot of people
Yeah,
not
you
going to
grew up
agree
in
with me.
Spanish Town, so KFC is all around you, right there in the Brunswick.
Yeah, but a lot of people not going to agree with me. But Jamaica KFC is the best.
Every Jamaican agree with you.
Okay, good. So he came and he took us to KFC, and my kids, we got to KFC, and KFC had a line in
Yeah,
Ochi. They
so
had a
long.
line, and they were letting in like 3 or 4 people. And so we had to stand in line. And my kids were like, Mommy, where is the drive through? Why are we standing outside? And I'm like, there's no drive through. And so they saw mongrels, what we call mongrels, dogs.
Yeah.
And they said, why are the dogs outside? Oh my God, where's the owner? And I'm like, owner for what?
So, hold on, pause right there. Remember that your kids were born in America. They're
Yes.
not used to dog being outside like that.
No,
So, so you're saying your daughter is saying that because this is their first time going to Jamaica, right?
first
And they're
time.
saying, Mommy, why are the dogs outside?
And I said, they lived outside. And they were like, no, they can't live outside. And I'm like, in Jamaica, they live outside, okay? And my son was like, so can we buy food for no boy. We
So
cannot buy food for
pause
them.
right here. Remember, we have people watching. So your son, because we have to drive this home. Because I was at a conference today, right?
Uh-huh.
And the people had their dogs in the conference. And the dog sat there peacefully,
Yes.
quiet, well
Yes.
groomed. Look, the dog have on a jacket because it's AC. So
Mhm.
this is well not brand new because you and I we have been here over 5 years now. But for me, when I just came here, this was new to me.
Yeah.
Dogs are on the aeroplane with me. This is all
Mhm.
new to me. So I can imagine your it's a beautiful thing to see though, you know.
It
Uh,
is.
We love
It
the
is.
we love the animals.
And then the mosquitoes were biting, and I forgot to bring repellent. And the mosquitoes were just zinging at my kids' ear. And they were like, And they said, Mommy, you're not batching. And I'm like, no, I got the Jamaican blood. They know me.
Okay, so I know you used to work at Elsha. Your mom had a business there. Did you took your kids them to Elsha? Did you
Of
get a chance to
course,
go here? What was
I
that?
did. I did. I took them to Elch and they held a lobster and they were so happy. They were like, we holding lobsters. Yeah. And it's sad what Elch I've
Parenting.
come to because there's no beach for my kids to like enjoy the way I enjoyed it. But they get to walk on the sand. They get to see where I grew up. They went to the shop because we still have the shop there. They went to the shop. They had food, and apart from the KFC that my kids loved, I introduced them to back juice. Oh my God. I never got to give them the sky juice because I didn't see anybody with the sky juice, but I gave them the back juice
Yeah?
and they love the back juice.
Wow. Did you show them
Mhm.
school crescent?
No, I didn't. I I was only there for 5 days. And I think yeah, it was too short. Only because I had to come back to work.
You haven't been back?
I've been back by myself, but not with the kids. Yeah.
Or you been
But
back by yourself after that?
yeah, they love back juice. They love the KFC. When I went back the last time, I brought up $20,000 of KFC, Jamaican dollars of KFC.
So for those who are watching, 20,000
Dollars of
Jamaican dollars is like 170 US dollars.
Yeah, my kids love KFC. And I went to the wholesale and I got like every chips that they don't have here. I got them those that they could try. I got them um the HTB bun, even though they have bun here, it's not the same. The ones there are stale. I got them the fresh one, hot
Yeah.
off the or hot out the oven. And they love stuff like that. They love the cornbread. They
Wow.
love the patty. They love the juicy beef patty. Ooh, I got 3 boxes of patty. When I got to the airport, the guy said, um, what's in this bag? And I'm like, food. He said, no, there's no food in this bag. There must be a dead guy in this bag.
It's heavy.
I'm like, what? The bag was 70 something a pound. One of my bag was 70 something a pound.
You only allowed 50.
Yeah, but I went to Mega Mart
You're
and
willing
I
to
got,
pay for the extra.
yes, I paid for the extra, but I went to Mega Mart and I got white NSC. And then they had the sorrel rum, the sorrel beer,
Yeah.
the sorrel beer and all the other melon beer and this beer and that beer. Like everything that I did not get on Long Island, New York, I got it in Jamaica and I took it right back on that plane. Sorry.
Question for you. How different was Jamaica when you went back?
It was different. It was different.
Because I
But
heard that there's an overhead road at Marcus Garvey there.
I don't know where Marcus Garvey is.
Oh, Marcus Garvey is that road that take you to downtown.
Well, I know I got out of the airport and I was just driving through Kingston by the
Mhm.
water area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drove on Marcus Garvey to
Okay. See, I was just fascinated with everything, with
okay.
everything.
You made mention of the girl LaToya in Florida.
Hmm.
How is she?
She is good. She's married with a daughter.
You
She's
guys keep
good.
in contact?
Not as we should, but yes.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Looking back on the journey, why should someone come to America?
Wow. That's a deep question, man. Um, I would love for everyone to get the opportunity to come to America to see how difficult things can be at times. Because, you're here, I'm here, and they're there in Jamaica. To them, we have it easy. To them, we could walk on the street and we could find money. I've never found any money since I've been here. Um, to them, we never go without food. We never go without light. We never go without this. But they don't know half the story because when PSCG ready to turn that light off, they don't have to come to your house and climb a pole. They stay right in that office and touch that button. So you won't even see them to say, Father, me can't give $100 and you keep my light on for just one more day. You won't even see them for that. So I just want everyone to get that opportunity so they could come here and see how hard we work, how we value our time and how we value our money because we work very, very hard for it.
What is it that you love about America the most?
Huh, that question. What is it? Um, my children. I think my children and the opportunity that was presented to me or the opportunity that I went after. Because if you could come here, but if you don't have a dream to chase after, then it's like pointless and useless. So I like the opportunity that I chase after.
Because even though you work hard here, you can really achieve stuff.
Back home too. The same thing I could achieve here, you could achieve it back home. But it's like, no, it's hard for me because my kids are here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave my kids to say I could go make it back in Jamaica. Yes, I could because I'm smart. I'm always thinking 5 steps ahead, but my kids are here. So my life is here.
Wow. I love the accessibility of stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
The basic stuff are so easily accessible, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Like, I went into a dealership. I never planned to buy a car.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the slightest idea that today
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
was going to buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
But what they offered to me,
Yeah. It was a
I,
good deal. You couldn't let
lit-
it pass you.
I literally just paid $500 and drive out a brand new truck. I,
Yeah.
to me, a car is neither here nor there, but I love the idea that everybody can do that.
Yeah, because I took my truck to Honda. They had a recall. So I took my truck to Honda and I was talking to my cousin on the phone. And I said, "Oh, I'm at a Honda dealership. My truck has a recall." So he was like, "So how much you gonna pay?" And I'm like, "No, it has a recall, so Honda is paying for it because it's gonna be worse if they don't pay for it, and then somebody end up dying from that default in their vehicle."
That's a
So my
lawsuit.
cousin, right? So I said to my cousin, "So why you guys, if there's a Honda recall here and the same Honda is there in Jamaica?" It might be a recall too. My cousin was like, yeah, but if they have a recall, they still got to pay. And I'm like, why? It was like the dealership still charges you. I said, well, the dealership is robbing the people because the dealership ain't paying for the parts. They under is covering everything. So why would they still charge the people? He was like, well, that's how we do things. And I'm like, okay. So you're right. The accessibility to stuff here, even though it shouldn't be like that in Jamaica, it is like that in Jamaica. Greed.
for my, I'll just give you another basic example. Basic, just very basic. The other day I took my wife somewhere to eat, celebrate for her birthday. I don't really eat out. It's not my thing to eat out.
Mhm.
I do it, but it's not something that it's not my thing. I do it in groups, but I'm not the one that's going to jump and do it.
Right.
But we went out, I'm just saying, an amazing restaurant. We spent like $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, a family friend was moving away, and we all did it again, but this time with a group.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that the fact that we could do it 2 days, when I calculated it, because this is how I look at the simple stuff. I mean, back to back in 2 days, I would have spent 50,000 in Jamaica on food,
On
going
food. Wow.
going out to eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
but what I'm saying, even the guy that work at McDonald's can do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about it. That's the
Right.
point I'm trying to make. You know,
Right.
I like the fact
Mm-hmm.
that I don't ever have to go to the bank. And if I have to go to the bank, it's empty. You don't have to join a long line,
Right.
5 hours to get your
Or you
money
could go through the drive-through.
to the drive-thru. Well, we have
Yes.
drive-thru back home, but the space is so small because the one in
Yes.
Crossroad was the first one I saw in CB. But the space is so small that it pay your best to just going to the bank sometime.
Well, when I went to KFC in Portmore, I spent 2 hours in there waiting for chicken.
Think about that. But here you could do DoorDash and it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah.
it's not my thing to do that either, because
Yeah, but I want to DoorDash KFC here because,
you have to
nah,
know bringing food to you.
nah, not no KFC though.
Yeah.
That thing here is, mm-mm.
But you know what? I'm proud of you, you know.
Thank you.
I saw you in Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
When was it? Last
The
July?
year before, I think, no, the year before, at your niece's birthday.
Yeah. When I
Mm-hmm.
saw you, I couldn't believe because my
Yeah,
sister never told me you were coming.
yeah, it was me in the flesh. Woohoo!
Okay, just good. Okay, so let's wrap up now. So for a person that came here from zero to know you're a notary, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are a realtor, real estate agent.
Yeah,
You are also opening a brand new daycare center.
daycare. Yeah,
Looking
family
back,
daycare.
looking back at the journey, do you said small price to pay?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a small price to pay for everything. I'm not bragging, but I see people that's been here for years. I see people that was born here, and I have more stuff. And even though it's vanity, I work hard. I don't pay rent. I pay a mortgage. I
Wow.
have I have vehicles. So even though, you know, people born here, people been here for 20, 40, 60, 90 years, they still have not gotten to the point where I am at or where I'm trying to go
Wow.
because I work very hard,
And you live
very hard.
you live in Long Island.
I live in Long Island and I work hard. I
For
work
people
from
that
six
are
to six.
watching from Jamaica, Long Island ain't cheap. Very expensive to live
I
down there.
work I work from 6 to 6, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Last thing for you, to the person that is watching that just come to America, what do you say to them?
Listen, don't give up. Have a finish point. Give yourself time. Time yourself to get to that point. Make that time realistic. Don't be like, in 2 years, I'm going to have $90,000 in the bank, a house, a car, or this, that. Make it realistic. In 5 years, I'm going to have my car, I'm going to have my house. In the next 2 years, I might get married, I might have a daughter or a son, whatever. Make it realistic, and push yourself to that limit. And, sometimes you're going to reach that crossroad where you're asking yourself, should I make right? Should I turn left? Or should I just go backwards, go back where I'm coming from? And that's the point in your life where you have to calculate everything and remember all the dreams that you had. And that's what you're aiming for. And continue to push on. Even though it's painful, even though it's hard, even though you cry about it and nothing is changing, when the right time has come, everything will happen because nothing happens before the time.
LaToya, it was a
Sorry.
pleasure.
Pleasure was mine. Thank you for this opportunity.
You are a success story,
Thank you.
whether you believe it or not, because many people come here, as you have said, to America, and they here longer than you and I, and
Mm-hmm.
you put your head down, sending your kids to nice school, working from 6 to 6
6 to 6
in the winter, the minus degrees. You go out there,
every day,
you
except for
put,
the weekends.
you shovel your snow, and you go to
Mm.
work.
Yes. Even though you don't want to get up, you'd be like, 5 more minutes. I don't want to get up. You'd be like, if you stay, you won't get paid. So,
And you
yeah,
defy the odds.
yeah,
You did it without family. Well, somebody help you, because we all
yeah,
need a little help.
yeah, yeah.
Defy the odds.
Blood relatives was not there. It
You,
doesn't hurt. It doesn't. And that's not going to make me hate them.
yeah.
It just, opened my eyes to not everyone who's blood related is your family. Sometimes the people who you and them doesn't share no DNA is more family than the one that you share the DNA. So,
100%. And
mhm,
that's why I decided to do this, because I have my own experience. I'm writing a book
mhm,
that will come out. And I really would like to hear other people's story, because a lot
mhm.
of people's social media can be so misleading.
Very
They
misleading.
think a post that in a stupid jacket that I probably pay $20 for it anyway on clearance. Literally,
Mm-hmm.
I pay for this jacket. I remember I went into Puma and I bought it after the winter. So I pay like $20 for this, really.
Right.
And people see these things, and sorry to be taking over the interview, but it can
No,
be
that's fine.
very misleading when you just post a picture on social media.
Mm-hmm.
People really think you have it,
Yes,
but
they
that's not the
think.
case.
Mhm. They really think that LaToya is here walking that money, Kevin is here planting it. They really, really think that. They really, really think.
We work really hard.
Mhm. They don't want to hear the really work really hard part.
I get up, I get up
Yeah.
at 3:45.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. They don't care about that part. They just want to, you know, get get it. They just want to get it.
Listen, you know how much I love you because we went to school together.
We went to school together.
And it was good to see you. It's good to know that if I come to New York, I can visit a friend. We have a lot of people here, but when I
Yeah.
saw you, I was happy because I hardly get to see my classmates or my school.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
all of them. They know that already, but life just get busy.
Very busy.
You know,
Very
it's
busy.
not an excuse to not reach out back to your friend and tell them how much you love
Yeah,
and appreciate them. But man, as what you said, this America, we love it, but it's no joke.
yeah. Even when I went down, I didn't get to see Tia. I haven't seen Tia in over 10 years. Or
Yeah.
yeah, like in over 10 years, I haven't seen Chin.
But
And when I went,
I haven't seen you in almost in over 20 years.
yeah, yeah, it was.
Until in New York the other day.
Yeah. And when I went down, and then when I came back, I said I only went down for a couple of days. And, I felt bad because I haven't seen my friends. And, you know how close me and Chin was in school and stuff.
Yeah, because Chin
But,
is married to one of my friends.
right.
He was in a higher grade called Woolcock.
Woolcock. Yeah.
Me and Woolcock, we were in the military together. I
Yeah, he
told him
still
about,
is.
he's still in the military?
He still is in the military.
Really? Because I joined after him.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
still is.
we were both in HQ Company 1JR.
Yeah, he still is. Yep, that's Tia's husband.
I know, I know. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep you any longer because I know you're a busy girl down here in New York. Please enjoy the warm weather while it lasts.
Oh, okay.
By
We'll try.
By November we cuddle again. So
Mhm.
anyway, it was nice talking to you.
Yes.
Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, my friend.
I
Peace out.
will. Just send me the link. I will.